You know those friends reunion where you don't see your friends for years on end, but when you finally see them, it's like the conversation never ended. Well, that's kind of like how I feel about one of the series in today's manga haul. Hello brothers and sisters, my name is Daidarius and welcome to my manga haul of June 2025. We are at the half mark of the year, halfway through, 50%. Am I keeping up with my wish list? We'll see at the end. But without further ado, let's jump straight into my manga haul. And first up, we have Dandadan Volume 12. There is not much to say about Dandadan. I am just keeping up with the latest release. What I love about these covers right here is how vibrant the color scheme is, especially on the spines, because when they are on the shelf, when you see them on the shelf, they do indeed stand out. A lot of the spines you see here, they are kind of toned down with the colors. They're not as vibrant, they're not as in your face, whereas Dandadan has none of that. So anyway, Dandadan Volume 12, just chugging along with Dandadan. Alright, on to the next one. And next up we have Solo Leveling Volume 12. And after I have been reading this, it does indeed seem like next volume is gonna be the final one. So it's gonna be 13 volumes in total, which has been a theory of mine for a long time. However, I've also theorized 14 volumes, and the reason being is there is a lot of epilogue chapters that was done after the original artist passed away, and I would very much like to see those be conveyed into a volume. So we could in theory have 14 volumes. But Yen presses yes to announce anything. I just hope they will announce a 14th epilogue volume. Or maybe even the 15th, because I think there's a lot of chapters they have to cram into that volume. So maybe we're gonna get 1 or 2 more volumes of the epilogue chapters. Crossing fingers, but yes. Otherwise, 1 volume left, and then we'll have all of Solo Leveling in the Manga edition. And next up we have Atelier Volume 4. I am 1 volume away from actually completing my manga wishlist goal of Atelier, but let's be honest, I'm gonna keep collecting these even after I hit the 5 volume mark. The covers are stunning. I just love how this author just keeps treating the covers of these volumes like they are paintings. There's just something about a manga volume actually giving a huge shit about the covers, not just smacking some generic posing of the main characters on it and calling a day, but actually trying to do something beautiful or unique with it. And Atelier is one of those series. I can't say the same thing about the next one. Next up we have Atelier Kitchen Volume 4. And as I stated, this cover here, it doesn't do too much for me. But then again, I don't really think it needs to. It's just what I'm assuming is the 2 main characters and then some food. That's it. These 2 characters are in a kitchen making food. What do we want? There's only 5 volumes out in total. Besides the 5th volume, only a chapter or 2 have been released of the manga since then. So once I get the next volume, I will be caught up probably for a long time. Time will tell. On to the next one. And next up we have Gachiakuta Volume 2. Not much to say. I got the first volume last month and I am slowly chugging along with Gachiakuta. Can't say much about it except that I am looking forward. I sound like a broken record. I won't with the next volumes, but I sound like a broken record that haven't read it. Looking forward to it. But I am looking forward to it. I've only heard positive things about this series, and I think there's 7 or 8 volumes out as of now, so I won't be too far behind once I complete my wishlist goal this year, which is 5 volumes. So maybe I will be able to get all of them this year. We'll see. We'll see. It is an expensive year. Anyway, next one. And next up we have Kaiju number 8. B-side. This is a spin-off. It kind of dives in, it dives into some of the side characters, fleshes them out a bit more. I think there's gonna be 2 or 3 volumes in total. Only 2 have been announced for this year, but looking at this, they will probably announce the maybe 3rd and final volume later this year. Alright, on to some hardcovers. And first up we have Fist of the North Star Volume 16. With this we are only missing 2 more volumes and then we have completed all of Fist of the North Star. And I gotta tell you, I have read this volume. This volume caught me by surprise because of one simple thing. The former volumes kinda led up to this being the final arc of the whole story. It made sense, it dived into Genshiro's backstory and so, but no, that is actually wrapped up in here, and then we are diving into what seems to be the final arc of the story. And looking what it's setting up, I should have seen it coming. It makes a lot of sense. I will not spoil it, but it makes a lot of sense. But yes, these volumes are gorgeous. These covers, speaking of making covers look like paintings, these covers are some of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen. So clean, white background, and then just a high quality painting maybe of some of the characters in this. I'm just looking forward to having the final 2 volumes and then having them all on the shelf. Oof, it's gonna be so goated later this year when I'm showing you the connected spines because it looks so awesome. Final 2 volumes, let's get to it. Next up we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean Volume 9. Final volume in Stone Ocean, which means I now have all of part 6. And keeping up with the tradition, because apparently I will not read a JoJo part physically until I have the whole freaking part. It was how it went with part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and now with part 6, because after I've gotten this, I've started reading Stone Ocean. We can now look forward to part 7, which many has stated as Araki's magnum opus, so I am very much hyped about actually getting Steel Run. And also looking at images online, it does indeed seem like that the design of the volumes is top tier, so looking very much forward to see it next to my part 6, especially when I get more volumes than just one. But yes, that leaves us with the final volume of this haul, and that is Vinland Saga Volume 4. It has been roughly 2 years since I last had a Vinland Saga volume in my manga haul. This is insane. That's what I mean about not being in touch with your friends for years on end, and then when you finally meet, it's like the conversation never died, never stopped. This is how I feel with Vinland Saga. This is a friend, dear old friend coming home. I'm looking so much forward to actually reading this volume. I'm putting it off for now because I want to be in the correct mindset when I dive back into Vinland Saga. And keep in mind, I do not read volumes on chapters online, so I'm going in blind here. But yes, Vinland Saga Volume 14. One thing, apparently, again, as of this recording, the final chapter of Vinland Saga is gonna drop soon. Or it has already dropped. Depends. But yes, Vinland Saga might be wrapped up when you see this. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. That is a 20-year endeavor by Makoto Yukimura, and he will finally be done with it. And after reading this, we will hopefully only get, we will only get one more volume, and it will be a lot thinner than these two ones because it will only include volume 25 of the original singles. But yes, if he sticks the landing, this could very much be the greatest manga ever created, overtaking Berserk only because it gets a proper ending by the original author. So there's that. But we'll see. I will not hold my breath just yet. But yes, that is my manga haul. I am still actually missing 2 volumes, but looking at the calendar, I cannot wait any longer. I just need to get this manga haul out of the way, and then hopefully they will be included in next month's manga haul. We'll see. So first of all, let's take a quick look at my manga wish list. So we have a few updates, and I'm just gonna bring the first page up right here. So first of all, we have just gotten the 9th final volume of JoJo Part 6. So I'm gonna cross that one out. Then we're only gonna look forward to Part 7. Also, looking at the bottom there, we finally got volume 14 of Vinland Saga, so we can cross that out and just patiently wait until volume 25 drops in Japan and gets translated by Kodansha, and then we can get the 15th and final volume. which also means that it won't be too long, I assume, until the Vinland Saga Deluxe Edition will be completed. Bit envious on you that have it, but considering that the current one is in hardcovers, I'm content with only having the normal version. Also a caveat, because I have been reading up online, because I have been very, very, very impatient regarding the third volume of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Turns out that this volume has yet to come out in Japan, which is why it takes this an eternity to get it out. And the rumor right now is December. So I'm gonna keep it there for now. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to cross it out again because I cannot get it if it isn't released. But yes, that is my wishlist update, slowly chugging along. But now that we get on to the later half of the year, we should see me starting crossing out a lot more entries on this list, hopefully. But let's just take that one down and take a look at the overall completion of my wishlist right here. And as you can see, we are at 54%, which is a good thing because we are 50% done with the year. But that margin, that headroom we had between what I have collected of my wishlist and the amount we have completed of the year is slowly closing. And I still have a lot of deluxe editions to catch up on. I'm hoping I will manage to get it, but we'll see. But yes, for now at least, it looks like I'm gonna be able to complete the wishlist. And also we're gonna have to probably cut one volume off, so there's that. And that is my manga haul of June 2025. I'm not gonna keep you here too much longer. The only thing I will say is that last month I finally managed to release my Hellsing review. And as a side note, I know that my manga reviews do not get a lot of views, and it clearly shows, but fortunately I don't really give a shit because I don't do it for the views. I do it because I actually really do enjoy making those reviews, even though they take a long ass time to complete because of other commitments. But that's besides the point. But since I have released that review, it also means that now I finally have time to actually take a new dive into my manga backlog. And there is a lot. I mean, not a lot, but there's a lot still. So I am slowly chugging along. I've been catching up on a lot of series, completed Soul Eater and Soul Eater Not. And as I also stated, I am now taking a look into Jojo's Part 6. And then afterwards, probably read something else like maybe Hulk, because I have the whole series. Probably Hulk. But yes, hopefully going forward there will be less series that I collect that I haven't read a single volume of, because now I have time for it. So, with that out of the way, what does your manga haul look like? And considering Dark Horse just announced their next deluxe edition is going to be Lone Wolf Cup, are you gonna get it? And are you also kind of disappointed but also expected it that it was Lone Wolf Cup and not Gans next time? Oh, here's hoping. But yes, just as a spoiler alert, I am definitely gonna get Lone Wolf Cup. I have always wanted it, especially since I completed Blade of the Immortal and actually read that, and now I'm getting Vagabond. There is a trinity of GOATED samurai series, and Lone Wolf Cup is the final one. So I'm gonna get that one as well. So, whatever you think, comment around and read your thoughts, and as always, until I see you in the next video, just remember to stay awesome. See ya.